Hello, I'm Double and welcome to another Combat Mission After Action report. This is the first battle in the Final Blitzkrieg campaign called Kampfgruppe Peiper. The campaign is based upon the German Ardennes counteroffensive which took place between the 17th of December 1944 and the 25th of January 1945. It's commonly referred to as the Battle of the Bulge, because of the shape that the German incursion made. The counterattack was an audacious plan, with one of the primary goals to seize Antwerp. The attack involved approximately 410,000 men across 30 German divisions, targeting a weakly defended section of the American line and taking advantage of poor weather conditions to mitigate the Allies' air superiority. There are countless books and websites with a wealth of information about the battle and the outcome of the various engagements. I'll leave you to do your own history searches to find more of the facts. Our focus is upon Kampfgruppe Peiper and their push west towards Meuse. We command elements of the Kampfgruppe from the 17th to the 19th of December, with our first engagement just northwest of Hunsfeld. Depending upon our success, and some strategic decisions made along the way, it will be between 6 or 7 scenarios. It's Sunday at 07:1500 hours, and our orders are to secure the crossroads to our northwest by no later than 0800 hours. By securing the objective, we can secure the fuel dump at Berlingen. Intel on the American defense is sparse. All I know is it's infantry, the terrain is muddy with poor vehicle mobility, and it's the type of unpleasant rain that gets everything wet. My order of battle is listed on the screen. I'm light on infantry and each platoon section is only 8 men, but they're mechanised. The mounted MGs and supporting howitzers should give me a great force multiplier. However, it's still dark, which negates any of the range advantage. Visibility is around 85 to 100 meters, well within the range of infantry anti-tank weapons. This means I can't just sit at range and pound the snot out of everyone. I'm going to have to seek out the enemy and engage at close range. The crossroads are also slightly elevated, meaning defenders set back on the hilltop are going to be difficult to get line of sight on. Once again, meaning I'm going to have to get in close. Sunrise should be around 0840 hours, so that's not going to help, and I have to assume I'm fighting at the 100 meters or less mark. I've lit up this map for the planning phase, but the battle will be in the natural light, quite a bit darker. The terrain to the left of the road up to the crossroads is marsh, and to the right is a stream with muddy ground. Vehicle movement through here is ill-advised. It's all very open with good lines of sight, but because of the limited visibility, the open terrain has little influence on my plan. I've decided to go straight up the road. If I can't see the Americans because of the dark, then I assume they can't see me. I've identified 2 key steps towards the crossroads, Objective 1 and 2. We're Germans, so no silly objective names for us. Objective 1 is the building on the road. I'm going to use this as my assembly point for the attack. Objective 2 is where I want to set up a firebase to gain fire superiority. This is 1st Platoon's initial objective. 2nd Platoon are going to manoeuvre out on the right flank to support 1st Platoon, and act as a flanking attack once 1st have pinned the Americans. We're going right instead of left because of the potential concealment from the hedgerows, and some of the route looks to be in defilade. The left route is exposed to the farmhouse, which I'm assuming is defended, so I'm avoiding this approach. I will send the 2 MG42s from support platoon 4 with 1st Platoon. The 2 SPW251 75mm howitzer half-tracks will also provide overwatch from the road. My issue is the dark and line of sight. At 85 to 100 meters, American AT will make short work of the half-tracks. I'm not committing my Panzer IVs at this point in the plan because of their vulnerability to AT close range. So, I have my initial outline plan. Let's execute. One section from 1st Platoon take the lead. Two and 3 sections quickly follow. Back at the start point, the hamlet, I'm trying to avoid a traffic jam. A Stummel drives past a command half-track. One and 2 platoon start to move up on the first objective. The half-track provides overwatch. It's looking clear. The platoon leapfrogs forward. With objective 1 clear and held, I start to bring up the rest of the force. First to arrive are the MG teams. Scouts head out to objective 2. I only have 45 minutes to seize control of the crossroads, so I need to keep momentum. The scouts report back, and the rest of 1st Platoon follows. Second Platoon start to arrive at the first objective and disembark. The MG42 teams move up to set up position with 1st Platoon. As 2nd Platoon move out to their flank position. So, we've secured Objective 1 with no contact. 1st Platoon with the 4th Support Platoon are positioned on the eastern edge of Objective 2. 2nd Platoon are advancing on the right flank towards the stream and their kick-off position. The half-tracks are just short of getting sight on the farmhouse and the eastern edge of the crossroads objective. I'm sending a 2-man scout team forward through Objective 2 to the wall on the edge of the green at the crossroads. If they do not make contact, I'll move up 1st Platoon to the western edge of Objective 2. The scouts move forward. There's no contact, so the rest of 1st Platoon move up. A GI. Quickly dealt with. A half-track is hit by a rifle grenade. I lose a stummel. A firefight starts to escalate. In the dark, it's difficult to gain fire superiority. So first platoon starts to push forward. Second platoon also start to push the right flank. Where possible, I'm also using the half-tracks to provide additional fire support. First platoon call in a close mortar strike. We're fully engaged with the American defenders. I've taken a few casualties and lost a howitzer half-track to an anti-tank rifle grenade, but I haven't seen any bazookas yet. I'm trying to gain fire superiority from my current positions. I've also called in a mortar barrage on the area behind the farmhouse on my left flank. It's on map and call-in time is around 5 minutes. The foxholes on the elevated green to the right of the farmhouse are an issue, as expected. I have very limited line of sight on them, and they are preventing my advance on the right flank. The Americans also have several HMGs, they look like Vickers, which are covering the left and right flanks with crossing fire. I'm going to wait for the barrage and then send a pioneer fire team with a half-track support up the left to the farm outbuilding. The mortars and fire team will deal with the left flank HMG and allow me to roll forward. I maintain my suppressive fire. The fire team, loaded up in a half-track, move up. I'm concerned about them getting bogged, but I'm taking the risk. The vehicle gunner opens up. The gunner is hit, and one of the fire team crew take the position. The first mortar rounds start to fall and they're wildly off target. One falls short. On my left, the Pioneer fire team bail out of the half track and push forward. Behind smoke, one section of 1st Platoon are also moving up. I call a halt to the mortars. First Platoon take casualties, but the GIs are exposed. Command and 2 section pour into the farmhouse. The Pioneer team try to move into an enfilade position on the left flank. Second Platoon restart their push forward. They assault the green. With just over 10 minutes left to achieve my mission goal, I'm in a good position. I've taken more infantry casualties than I'd like, mostly in 1st Platoon, and I'm assuming I'll have to carry this force forward. I've secured the farmstead and the green southeast of the crossroads. It's now really just about mopping up the remaining defenders and securing west of the objective area. I'm going to bring up the remaining howitzer half track for HE support. I should get this wrapped up before the 0800 hours. Second Platoon set up a fire position in the bunkers on the green, whilst the Stummel fires down the road. First Platoon take a casualty from a howitzer round hitting a tree, and so I call a ceasefire. I've done enough, and I secure a total victory. The Americans have taken heavy casualties. I've secured the crossroads, and we get to advance. A quick look at the battlefield, bottom left corner for casualty stats. One section, 1st Platoon. The Pioneer section caused a large majority of the casualties, catching the retreating defenders in enfilade fire. It looks like I was facing combat engineers from the 254th. The platoon's equipped with very little automatic weapons, and I see no heavy AT weapons. This is encouraging, but I'm assuming this will change as the American 12th and 6th Army groups bolster their defences. I hope you enjoyed this first battle. The second video is on the way, and until next time, auf Wiedersehen!